So you're back for another tutorial. In this tutorial, we will go over how to create advanced designs with overlapping and multi-sized blocks. Let's get started by creating a new quilt pattern, or playground. We will call this Advanced and give it a standard block size and width. Let's zoom in. Whenever we enter the playground, you will notice that the tool is already selected on Box Selector. The box selector allows you to select 4 blocks and add a design inside the block center. Let's go ahead and get started by creating a border for our quilt. For this playground, we are just going to use the default patterns that come pre-installed with the app. We create a border by selecting the multi-block selector and then selecting where we want our border to be. Then we can use the square block to add our pattern in. Let's change the color of our border using the color palette. Let's go with a nice light blue. For this quilt, we are going to do a simple letter design using the first 4 letters of the alphabet. Let's create a background for our quilt by selecting the single block selector again and selecting all the blocks in the middle. We will use a striped background. Let's change the color to a light pink. Now that we have a background and border, let's add the letters. Start by selecting the square block selector and selecting 1/4 of the inner quilt space. Let's make the letters white. Repeat the same step for each letter. You can see that in only a few minutes we have designed something that could then be turned into a real project. Let's take a step back and talk about overlapping blocks. Overlapping blocks is as simple as selecting block placement over a block you have already placed. Let's make it look like the alphabet is growing as it continues on the quilt. First, we will add our A, but on a smaller portion. Do the same with B, but a little bit bigger. Finally, with C, we can make it look even just a little bit bigger. Overlapping blocks is really easy to do and makes for even more complex designing. That is a more in-depth tutorial on using overlapping blocks and multi-selection. Thanks for watching.